What's good? What's good? Welcome back to Invest and Trade with Jax. Hope you're well, guys. What do we got? Happy Tuesday. I remember back in the day, I used to go to Subway when I was in school. My mom would give me $2.50, and they had Toonie Tuesday. You could get a 6-inch sub for $2. Can you believe that? Inflation. Now it's like $6, $7. All right, guys. So we're sitting at 215. We're sitting at a market cap of 15.44 billion. 24-hour volume 1.58 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're new to crypto.com, you can sign up to the world's fastest growing crypto app. The world's fastest growing crypto app, and you can grab one of the incredible Visa cards for cash back in crypto. Free Spotify, Netflix, Prime, travel incentives, $25 in crypto just for signing up through my referral. Let's hop into Matic. Here we are on the 1 hour time frame. So we've broken down from a bearish pattern, which is a double top. We have our first top. Let me use my brush here for you guys. We have our first top, we created our second top, and we broke the neckline. So your technical target is down at about $1.96. Now, if we do look at our indicators here, these are perfect buying opportunities when you see us in the floor like this on the RSI as well as on the money flow. Eventually, you're going to see a nice push back up to resistance. All right, guys. If we do come down to 192, that's perfect. We get more money into our trade. I had updated my break even. I'm not sure why it's not showing. Wow, that's pretty frustrating because I just updated it in the Discord. So I'm going to drop it in. Just bear with me, guys. Using this info line, so hopefully you guys like it. If you don't like it, just let me know and I can go back. Method where I would just drop in a trend line. However, there are quite a few lines here on my screen, so I feel like, that's a little bit more pretty. It doesn't take up as much space as dropping in another line, so just let me know, guys. So our first entry, 228, second entry, 215. Equal amounts as a spot trader, brings your average price down halfway each time. So your break even is 221. So if we were to bounce, of course that's not promised, but if we were to bounce back up to this level of resistance, that's a nice 15% trade. Even if we bounce to about this level, it's about a 12% trade. So let's pop over to the 4 hour time frame. So you can see here on the 4 hour as well, the RSI is coming back down into the floor, and that's usually where we're going to see a bounce. We saw a bounce right here, double bottom, breakout. We go back to the last time, huge bounce back to the upside, 4 hour RSI right here. Let me zoom out a little bit. Right here, you can see created a double bottom, broke out back to the upside. So we're once again back down to that level on the RSI. That's why our dollar cost average strategy is absolutely incredible, because we're bringing down our average price and we're riding the slingshot back up. Honestly, I would like price to come down here and maybe we see a wick down to 192. We get more money in our trade, bring down our break even. That's the great thing about the DCA strategies. You almost want price to drop to get more money into your trade and of course yield a higher return. So do keep an eye on that technical target. It's coming in about 197 for Matic. We could also find support along the previous level of resistance. Now would be flipped as support from our falling wedge pattern. I'm just going to pull this back a little bit. So let's pop over to Matic on the daily time frame. So I talked about us consolidating, guys. I said I think the likely scenario is we just do a little bit of something like this. However, guys, over the summertime when we went through our Wyckoff accumulation for Bitcoin, let me pop open BTC, make sure it's the right chart here. When BTC started to slowly bleed all the way back down for the retest, you can see with Matic that we bled quite a bit because, of course, altcoins bleed much harder than Bitcoin when Bitcoin is going through its corrections. So we can see with BTC, it looks like we're coming down to create the double bottom just as we did here. Let me open this up. We came down, we came up, we hit resistance, double bottom, back up, hit resistance on the 20 EMA. So we've come down, we've hit resistance on the 20 EMA, we've come back down, double bottom, as I've been mentioning. So I think the likely scenario is we bounce here, we get rejected by the 20, and then we slowly bleed all the way back down for our retest. So we could see a nice little push up, which of course would be a major push for the altcoins before we start to slowly bleed. But once we do start to slowly bleed, guys, we could definitely see Matic start to come down to lower levels, quite possibly even $1.54. I wouldn't take it off the table. There's also support around $1.77. You can see support here, previous swing high, resistance. So I would watch those levels as well. But before that, I do think we're going to come down, we're going to bounce, we're going to hit resistance, and we can lock in some juicy profits and then start to roll over once again. As you can see here on the daily, the MACD is absolutely in the floor. We've had multiple bounces from this level. Let me drop in a line. It can still come a little bit lower, but you can see here we bounced off the MACD right here, right around this area as well. We bounced back to the upside. So something to keep an eye on there on the daily MACD. So let's quickly pop over to ETH. So here we are on the daily, guys. It looks like we're creating that double bottom just as we did here that we've been covering on the channel for a few days now. I said if we get rejected here, it's likely we come back down, create that double bottom, push back up, and possibly create that triple bottom. The money flow on the daily is in the floor. If we look at the 4-hour time from our indicators, look at the RSI back towards oversold. Money flow in the floor on the 4-hour. We pop over to the 1 hour. We look at our indicators. We're absolutely in the floor. We have a bullish divergence here on the 1 hour. You can see we're creating lower lows while creating higher lows on the RSI, as well as the money flow, signifying that the bears are running out of strength. And sooner than later, we'll see a nice push back to the upside. I quickly want to show you guys the crypto fear greed index. Check this out, guys. Now, extreme fear yesterday, extreme fear last week, extreme fear. When there is extreme fear in the market, you know what the whales are doing, as I always remind you guys, but for my newbies, the whales are accumulating. The smart traders, the smart retail investors that have been in the game, we're accumulating, we're dollar cost averaging, because we know what happens next after extreme fear. The whales take advantage of all the new traders and investors who are so scared to buy, or they've just been panic selling all the way down. Panic sell, panic sell, panic sell. And I will continue to teach you guys on this channel that these are the greatest buying opportunities. So we'll finish off the video here with Matic. If we see a nice push back up to this area of resistance, could be a nice 10 to 12% trade. We are trending towards oversold, as I mentioned, and that's usually when you're going to see a bounce. We have a nice wick here, and sometimes those can tell us when the bears are running out of strength, when you wick down and you push back up. But if we do come lower, guys, our next buy zone's here at 192. Just watch this double top. We have broken the neckline. You can see a throwback, of course, but if we see continuation, then our target is down here at 198. But with our strategy, you basically want price to come down because you get more money into your trade. If you want early access to these charts, guys, sign up to the Discord. Price of a coffee, $3.50 USD. I'm updating them regularly for many altcoin projects, many metaverse projects. We have Phantom, Solana, VeChain, Gala, Mana, Sand, and then 1,000 members talking all things crypto. And then of course my bull run targets for Matic. We have the 1.618 coming in at 677. The 2 extension, which I like to refer to as the dream price, at 1181. The 2.272 at 1767. But as I've been mentioning, guys, I do think the likely scenario is we consolidate in between this area, about $1.95 and about 236. If we do break that level of support, the 0.786, of course, we have to target lower price targets, and we could come down a little bit lower as Bitcoin follows this Wyckoff accumulation. And if you see us push up to resistance, we start to roll, then Bitcoin starts to bleed slowly. I do think the altcoins will bleed rather hard, but that's perfectly okay. We're always prepared with our dollar cost average strategy. So that's it for this one, guys. If you want to trade with me, sign up to Bybit, $4,100 in bonuses for a limited time. And I'll see you in the next video. All right, much love. Take care.